Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead. Today I have a food pantry haul for you. This is our county food pantry and it was Commodities Day. So they allow you to come into this food pantry twice a month, once to shop and you get to pick which day you come in, and then the other day is a set day and you get what you get. So this is government funded items, and like I said, you get what they have available. Like, it's a set number of things. You can obviously say no if you don't want something, but you can't like get extra of anything, and you don't get to pick what you want. So pretty easy explanation. Let's see what we were blessed with. We got 7 cans of corn, sliced carrots, sliced corn. That sounds interesting. There are 8 cans of green beans. There are 5 cans of corn. There it is. There's 7 cans of peaches and 4 cans of tomato soup, condensed tomato soup. There's 1 can of vegetarian beans and tomato sauce, and then 1 big can of tuna. And Commodities Day always has a lot of canned items. They always have something dairy, usually some kind of produce, and then some kind of bread. So there's always a lot of canned items. This is really nice for if you're trying to kind of build up a little bit of a stockpile of canned goods with the food shortages that they're saying might be coming again. Those kind of things. That's kind of what I've been doing with the canned goods, is we use them as we need them, but anything extra I've been setting them on a shelf and keeping them there in case we have food shortages again, and then we can use canned food. And it's also nice for inclement weather because I can open up a can of green beans and I can heat it over a fire. I can heat it over our grill, that kind of thing, that if you don't have, I've even seen tea light heating setups. So yeah, that's kind of nice if you are in an area that gets hurricanes or tornadoes or just bad storms that knock your power out. So we also got a package of Swiss cheese slices, yum, and then 2 giant blocks of, that's 4 pounds of mild cheddar, which is super exciting as well. There are 3 bags of the instant mashed potatoes, and once again, this is a nice one on being able to have this just on the shelf, because if I remember correctly, you can make it with literally just water, and you can just mix in hot water, and you don't even have to heat it. You can just mix it in with hot water. And they also gave me a recipe to use this for, they said mashed potato flake cookies. So I'm gonna have to look at that and see what that involves. There is a 2-pound bag of catfish fillets, so I'm thinking I'm gonna make some fried catfish at some point. There are 2 1-pound bag of hazelnuts, which is totally not one that we have ever gotten before. We've gotten almonds, we've gotten pistachios, but I'm super excited about hazelnuts. They are one of the lowest carb nuts that you can eat, which is nice for me. And oh man, I can think of all sorts of recipes to make with that. There is a nice big 2-pound bag of Great Northern beans in this Pappy's Pantry. Cracks me up name. There is a whole bag, and I didn't count, I would say there's probably 12 or so of these frozen peaches, and it's peaches, sugar, ascorbic acid, citric acid, and they're, like I said, they're still frozen, so those would be nice for my kids for, I'm thinking like packing those for like a picnic lunch, because you could throw them in and they'd be thawed. These would also be great for kids' school lunches. We homeschool, but you could throw one of those in and it would act as an ice pack and then thaw out before lunch. So there is a 10-pound bag of russet potatoes, and I'm not sure how many pound bag, I would say probably a 10-pound bag of apples, because it's a nice big bag of apples as well. They don't say specifically what kind of apple it is, but it's a nice big, and the apples are big themselves even. For bread wise, I picked up this thing of brioche hot dog buns, because yum. Then my kids saw these and were like, oh, can we get those? And she said we could pick up 2 packages of those. They're everything bagel seasoned croissants. So I'm thinking it's lunchtime. I'm going to cut those open and make sandwiches for the kids with those. And then they always have their diaper pantry. My baby is just about potty trained. She still wears a diaper at night, so we aren't needing the diaper pantry as much. But they also a lot of times will have baby items as well. Sometimes they'll have food. Sometimes they'll have like baby medicines. This time they had these squeezy pouches, and they had like an individual box of 6 of them. And I went to pick it up, and she said, "Oh, you use those, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Here, take 2 boxes." So there's 24 of these little pouches in total in there. So that's nice. These are just so handy to be able to just throw in my purse. And just on the way to the food pantry, my baby piped up and said she was hungry. She's 2, so she's not a baby anymore, but it kind of bridges the gap until we're able to get her some lunch, or some dinner or whatever. So, and they're shelf stable. So that's another nice thing. I have also seen people like mixing these into oatmeal, yogurt, those kind of things as a way to use them if you're getting them from the food pantry, if it's an item that they offer and your kiddo is a little bit older than baby and doesn't want to do the squeezy pouches. You can kind of modify it. You could even squeeze the more vegetably flavored ones into soup and use it as kind of part of your soup base. So yeah, that's everything. Super blessed. I'm like, the pile of cheese is making me happy. Sorry. Yeah, super blessed, super glad to have all of this. I'm going to put this away and go make lunch. So I hope you have a blessed day. Goodbye.